Good morning, Mets fans, and welcome to a Friday edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and have a couple of comments today on yesterday's game and a thought about the players going forward. About the game yesterday, what are you going to do? I mean, the Mets ran into a pitcher who's red hot right now in Chase Anderson. He pitched a great game. It wasn't until he was out of the game that the Mets got on the board. Although, frankly, I think the turning point was due to getting thrown out at home on that throw by Nick Franklin out in left field. So, in any event, the Mets lose yesterday, but that's not to diminish the effort put forth by Zack Wheeler. So Wheeler threw 6 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs, gave up 10 hits, which is a lot. I think it's his career high. But he induced 3 double plays. He had 6 strikeouts. What more can the Mets really be asking from Zack Wheeler? I mean, honestly, the guy has been the surprisingly most consistent man in the rotation right now. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic this year, and yesterday was no exception. He was really good. He put the Mets and kept the Mets in a position to win. He battled. He had guys on base constantly, and he was able to skirt his way around trouble. So, I mean, that's what you want to see out of a pitcher who's in a situation like that they can get through, perhaps without their best stuff, and that's exactly what Wheeler did yesterday. So, I mean, aside from Wheeler, really no one else to talk about other than Wilmer, who hit the home run in the 8th inning, the only run the Mets would score. 2 comments that I want to make about the personnel going forward on the team. First and foremost is Jose Reyes. I think Jose Reyes has become the new Curtis Granderson, and what I mean by that is I think it's too late now for Reyes to redeem himself into an everyday role on this team. I don't know how much longer the Mets can go without promoting Ahmed Rosario, sorry. Between Reyes and Cabrera and their inconsistencies on the offensive side of the ball, and also their inability to do anything on defense and play a solid shortstop, I honestly think it's time for the Mets to execute a move here, put Reyes on the bench, and call up Dom Smith. And frankly, why do I keep saying Dom Smith? Ahmed Rosario, sorry. Frankly, I think it's time for Wilmer Flores to be the everyday third baseman. Wilmer has been hitting lefties, he's been hitting righties, and he's been a more consistent presence in the lineup than Asdrubal Cabrera or Jose Reyes have been. So it doesn't make sense to continue to trot out what is not the best lineup at this point in time, because the Mets have got to keep scoring runs. The bullpen has been good. They haven't been great. So they've been good as in better over the last week or so. So now it's a matter of just being consistent on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that means putting the best offense on the field 1 through 9 or 1 through 8. And that means Wilmer starts every day. That means it's time for Rosario to get called up. And if there's no logical option to demote someone, then we have no choice but to release Jose Reyes. I love Reyes. I love his contributions to the Mets over the last almost 2 decades. But, I mean, 13 years, I guess, 14 years. But anyway, look, Jose is not the Jose that we once knew and we once loved. He's a shell of himself. He's got that ridiculous uppercut swing that he insists on going back to all the time. He doesn't play to his strengths. I think it's time to move on from Reyes. I really do. It's unfortunate, but I think the time has come. Finally, I have about a minute left or so. Finally, Michael Conforto is becoming a cause for concern. He has had a tough stretch over these last week and a half or 2 weeks or so here. He's been striking out a lot. He hasn't hit any home runs. He's been pulling the ball almost to the point where he's trying to pull the ball a little bit too much. And I'm not worried. I don't think this is another significant slide into oblivion like was last year, but I think it's a little bit concerning that he's gone a few days in a row like this and hasn't improved and hasn't been able to pick things up. So hopefully Michael can do that over the next couple of days. The Mets pick up a series tonight with the Pittsburgh Pirates at home. So hopefully the Mets can turn it around after splitting with the Brewers and take 2 out of 3, or perhaps sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates. So until Monday, I thank you guys for watching the video. If you're not already doing so, please follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.